Hey, what's happening, family? How y'all doing? Welcome to another episode of Messages in the Madness with yours truly, Vernon Longhorn Davis. I greatly appreciate you stopping in, popping in. Hope you had a great week. I hope you had a wonderful weekend. The weather did get much better. Couldn't get my car washed today though, but that's a whole nother story. I mean, car washes were lined up like they was giving away free cheese. But hey, I'm here. You're here. I'm glad to be here. Thank you for being here. I see Miss Annette has already showed up. Thank you very much for showing up. I thank everybody. Hey, daughter. Hey, Mr. Annette. How you doing, Mr. Annette? Thank you for stopping in. Thank y'all for stopping in, popping in, dropping in, spending some time with me. Make sure you hit like a love and share the message tonight because this is how we grow. This is how we grow as the Messages in the Madness family. And I am so glad to be here. Brother James, good to see you as well. Excuse me as I wipe my lip out my nose there. But I'm just glad that everybody's here. I'm glad to be here as always, and I thank y'all. I do thank y'all. Hey, Miss Charlotte, good to see you as well. Uh, I know we haven't seen Miss Coley. We saw her last week, but she's going through a few things. So y'all make sure to keep her in your prayers. And special shout out to my son Trey of Vernon the Third and my granddaughter August. Happy birthday to them! And we're also celebrating all of our grandkids that were all honor roll students. So y'all probably seen the pictures on our Facebook page. We took them out for dinner, and that was really special spending that kind of time with them. So let's get into the message. Hey, baby sis, good to see you. She says, Happy Sunday, brother dear and Madness family. Let's get this good message. Don't forget to like, love, or share. Oh, yeah, and stay till the end. I couldn't have said it better. So thank you very much for that. I um I just thank y'all. I do. I thank y'all. And tonight's message is a little special. So I'm gonna go back to the beginning. I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do, okay? Tonight's message is titled Living, Not Dying, a conversation about life, health, and purpose. So again, what's up, family? Welcome. Welcome to Messages in the Madness. I'm your host, Vernon Longhorn Davis, and tonight we're about to have a real conversation. One that might make some of y'all a little uncomfortable, but trust me, it's one we need to have. We really do need to have this conversation, okay? You see, almost a year ago, I got some news that shook my world. It shook me to the core. I was diagnosed with prostate cancer. Now, let me let me go ahead and stop you right there. This is not a sad story. This ain't about feeling sorry for me. This is it's not that. This is not about feeling sorry for me because I made a decision real quick right there on the spot. I'm not dying from this. I'm living with this. And that was the decision I made right there on the spot. The doctor said, "Hey, we can put this off. You don't have to be in a big rush to do anything." I'm like, no, I need to get on top of this right now. Like right now. When do we start this right now? And that's what we're talking about tonight. How to truly live through whatever it is you're facing. Because let's be real, my story ain't unique. It's not unique. The only thing unique about it is that it's happening to me. It's happened to millions of other men and women. Well, not women, but happened to many other men, but it's unique to me. But let me tell you, there was some fear. Oh, the fear is real. The uncertainty was choking me. But the part where you got to sit with yourself and figure out what the hell you're going to do next, that's something whole lot of us go through, whether we want to admit it or not. And I had to go through it, but I was fortunate. I was fortunate. I had Miss Nanette. I had my children. I had my grandchildren. I had my friends. I had my family around me. So that made it a little easier. But there are some people out there that don't have that don't have those people in their lives. Maybe you've been through something like that. The part where you got to sit with yourself and figure it out by yourself. What's going to happen next? That's something a whole lot of us go through. Maybe you've been through a health scare. Maybe you've lost someone. Maybe you're dealing with something right now. Maybe you are. Maybe you're dealing with something right now that you haven't told anybody about. You just going through it quietly. You're not alone. You may feel like you're alone, but you're not alone. And here's the deal, you can't ignore it because ignoring it won't make it go away. It's not like a bill collector. You just ignore them, ignore them, ignore them, and then 3 years later, it shows up on your credit report. It doesn't work that way. So let me take a second to talk to the fellas, whether they're on the show right now or they watch it later on. But I want to talk to y'all for a minute. We are the most stubborn creatures on the planet. If something ain't bleeding, broken, on fire, we ain't going to the doctor. Am I lying? The ladies, y'all can back me up on that. Y'all know how we men can be. We'll be walking around here in pain, limping, short of breath. Our heart outside of our chest, and we hold it in our hands. I'm all right. I'm all right. I just need to stretch it out. I'm gonna put it back in a minute. No, man. I used to be the same way. I didn't want to go get checked. But listen, cancer doesn't care how tough you are. High blood pressure don't give a shit about you. It doesn't care if you feel fine. And that prostate, man, it'll turn on you like a bad relationship if you don't keep your eye on it. And I found out the hard way. You see, my sister and I also lost our brother almost a year ago this time of year. And that was my eye-opening experience. That's what made me decide to get myself checked out. So unfortunately, something had to happen in order for me to make something happen in that respect. So I started talking about it. I took it to the stage, actually. I turned it into a conversation because I know men don't like to talk about stuff like this. But you see, humor, humor makes the hard conversations easier. I found out a long time ago, if I can make you laugh about it, you'll learn something. I get up there on the stage and I say stuff like, fellas, we'll take better care of our cars than we will our own bodies. Yeah, we will. We'll be in the shop like, yeah, man, go ahead and change the oil, rotate the tires, check the alignment. Yeah, take care of my baby. I need that. But not with our own health. Nah. We'll just say, yeah, wait and see. We'll just wait and see what happens. And people laugh. I'm not telling you the exact joke I tell because I know there's other people that watch this show, but people laugh when I make fun of my doctor's experience and yeah, I talk about my doctor's experience, but then I hit them with the real because waiting and seeing is how too many of us end up in a situation we can't come back from. I'm going to pause right there and read some of these comments. Fluffy says 2 years ago on 2/16/2023, I remember because he was born on 11/16 and was called home on 2/16. Yes, ma'am. Yeah. Good evening, Brother James. Good to see you. Marion, good to see you. Thank y'all for stopping in, popping in. So I share, Buzz, good to see you, sir. Thank you very much. So there is power in sharing your story. And I hope that you guys are finding the power in me sharing my personal story tonight. Oh, let me tell y'all something. Honestly, I wasn't sure about talking about this tonight. I wasn't sure if people wanted to hear about cancer from a comedian. But then after a show, after I started doing this on stage, I've had people come up to me after a show and they said, man, Because of you, I'm going to the doctor. I've been putting it off for years, but man, if you can stand up there and talk about this, maybe that was you talking to me and letting me know that this is something I need to get checked out. And it warmed my heart. That's when I knew this wasn't just about me anymore. You see, when we share our stories, whether it's on stage or in a conversation or just opening up to a friend, it gives other people permission to do the same. Somebody out there is waiting to hear a story that helps them take action, and it might come from you. Somebody needs to hear your story. Somebody needs to try, somebody needs to hear what you got to say so that therefore they can maybe learn something from you or get something from you to help them to move forward in their lives. Whether you write it down or do a podcast or sit next to somebody on the church pew and share your story with them. It may be doing a car ride. Somebody needs to hear your story. Maybe it's you talking about your struggles with depression or anxiety or financially. Maybe it's you opening up about losing a loved one. Maybe it's you being real about how hard life is right now. And I know life is a lot tougher for a lot of people right now. And it doesn't look like it's going to get better real quick. But we have to stay optimistic. We must stay optimistic. But you never know who needs to hear it. Yeah, you just don't know. Your journey is yours, but your struggle is universal. You're not the only one. One thing I've learned through this journey is that we all have different paths, but the struggles are universal. I was joking the other day and I put it on Facebook. I said, not too long ago, not in the too far distant past, I can remember the only thing I could buy in bulk was Kool-Aid and ramen noodles. And it was funny, but it was the truth. But then again, the best funny is the truth. It's universal. Life is really, I've been really blessed. And I tell people I've been so blessed. Man, if I was any more blessed, there'd be two of me. And that's just me being honest. Pain is pain. Fear is fear. Uncertainty is uncertainty. And if we spend all of our time thinking we're the only ones going through it, we miss out on the support that's all around us. We miss out on that support. And that support, we need that support. I remember I was flying day job stuff and I got upgraded to first class. And I'm sitting on the right hand side, and another very nice gentleman was sitting to the left of me. And we started talking. He says, "Hey, where you going?" I'm going to Detroit. I'm working. And he goes, "Yeah, well, I just got through visiting my sister-in-law. My brother died, and I flew down from from Detroit to spend some time with her, help her get his affairs in order and everything." And I said, "Oh man, well, I'm very sorry to hear that, sir." I said, "Ironically, I just lost my brother." And he goes, "Wow, look at God. We both are going through something. We both just lost somebody very dear to us. And he puts us right here on this plane together, side by side." And me and that gentleman talked all the way to Detroit. Turns out he owned a restaurant in Detroit around the corner from one of my dealerships. So whenever I would go up to Detroit, I would make sure I went to his dealership to eat lunch because we shared that common bond. And at that moment in time, I shared my story with him and he shared his story with me. And we bonded and we propped each other up for that hour flight. We were put there for a reason. And we told our story for a reason. And it was real. And I can still see that man's face to this day. So, like I said, pain is pain. Fear is fear. Uncertainty is uncertainty. And if we spend all of our time thinking we're the only ones going through it, we're going to miss out on the support that's all around us. You just never know where that support is going to come from or who it's going to come from. Y'all ever notice how when you're going through something, you feel like you're the only one? But the moment you open up and talk to somebody about it, you realize everybody is dealing with something. And I'm going to say it again for the cheap seats. Everybody is dealing with something. I've had people come up to me and say, man, I'm dealing with cancer too. My dad had it and I never got checked. I've been struggling, but I didn't want to say anything. I didn't want to believe that it could happen to me. So, and that's when it hits me. We are more connected than we think. We are. We have to turn pain into purpose. And let me be clear. I'm not saying to pretend struggles don't hurt, because they do. I'm not saying slap a smile on your face and act like everything's all right. That's not real. In my day job, I have to. Hey, how you doing? Yeah, good to see you. Yep, ready here to do the thing. When I get up on stage, whether I'm speaking or telling jokes, hey, how y'all doing? Yeah, okay, let's tell these jokes. But in real life, I'm talking about real life for real life. Pretend you can't pretend the struggles don't hurt, because they do. I know we want to put a smile on our face, but we don't. I mean, we do slap a smile on our face and act like everything is fine. But man, true enough, nobody really knows what's going on in here. That's not real. But I am saying, what can you do with it? For me, this journey made me more intentional. It made me cherish the moments I have. It made me cherish my family, my loved ones, it made me cherish all the people who love me. It made me more appreciative of waking up every day. It's done a lot to me, to the point where I get up every day and I walk outside, whether I'm in a hotel or here at home. I don't care if it's 14 degrees. I walk 14 degrees outside. I will walk outside, I will walk in my garage, open up the door, and step outside and breathe a breath of fresh air on this side of the dirt. Because it made me that much more intentional. It made me that much more appreciative that I have another day. It made me speak up for men's health in a way I never did before. Somebody would say, yeah, man, I'm going through cancer. Oh, man, I'm sorry to hear that, bro. Good luck with that. And I'd roll away. Now I tell men, hey, get your numbers. Know your numbers. Go get your numbers. If they don't tell you what your PSA is, you need to ask the doctor, what is my PSA? You got to do this. So for me, for you, maybe it's helping someone else through their struggle. Maybe it's using what you've been through to guide somebody else. Because, man, there's a lot of people that need a lot of help out there. Because, see, I truly believe We don't go through things just for ourselves. There's somebody out there who needs what you've learned. I really believe that. So let me ask you this. What are you waiting for? If there's something you need to take care of, whether it's your health, your relationships, your mental well being, what's stopping you from taking care of you? What is it? Excuses? We talked about that. The effective range of an excuse is 0 meters. Stop lying to yourself. Be intentional of taking care of what needs to be taken care of. Are you scared? That's normal. Do it scared. If you are you stubborn, get over it. Get over it. Okay? Are you waiting for the right time? Let me tell you something. There is no perfect time. There is no right time. The right time is now. There's no perfect time to go to jail. There's no perfect time to get your car repossessed. There's no perfect time to be without food. There's no perfect time for you to be without medicine. What are you waiting for? You are here. You are breathing. That means your story is not over yet. It's not over. So whatever it takes, whatever it is, take care of it. Talk about it. Handle your business. Because nobody's going to handle your business for you. They're going to miss you when you're gone. And you may not have to go sooner than you anticipate if you just take care of yourself. Because, like I said, at the end of the day, all we all want the same thing. We want to live. I want to live. I don't want to just exist. I don't want to just be here. I want to live. I want to live a great life. My life has been great. I've had my ups, I've had my downs, but my life has been great. When I look back at my trials and tribulations, the good and the bad that I came through to get to where I'm at now, everything that I went through was for me to be right here, right now, talking to you and telling you it's going to be all right. Because there were some times when I didn't think I was going to make it. There were some times when, man, I didn't know where my next meal was going to come from. I've been homeless. I've been hungry. I didn't know. Because, like I say, we all been through some things. We don't want to just live. We don't want to just, we want to live. We do want to live, not just exist, not just survive, not just get by, not just be here. We want to live. And I'm telling you right now, this cancer thing, I'm not dying from this. I'm living with it. Believe that. Yeah. And I want the same for you. I want you to be intentional about your life. I want you to be intentional about taking care of yourself. I want you to be intentional about doing what you got to do to make sure you are okay. So I know I didn't pay attention to a lot of the comments tonight because I wanted to get through that message without getting emotional. But let's see here. Brother Roger, good to see you. He said, tuning in late. We'll watch rerun from the start. Thank you, sir. Annette says, thank you for listening to me when I told you about my cancer and you were dealing yourself. Well, you know what, Annette? God put you in that path for a reason. Uh, and I'm glad that I was able to be here to be a friend, to be a voice. James says pain doesn't care about age or color. No, it does not, James. It don't. It could care less. Pain is pain. And I was watching a show the other night, and the man told the boy, "It's just pain." I'm like, "Yeah, well, that is one way to look at it. And you're not the first one to experience pain, so pain is just pain." Miss Penny, good to see you. I thought about you the other day. Good to see you. Thank you for stopping by my show tonight. Hope you're doing well. I know you're a survivor as well, so thank you very much. Annette says, I am trying really hard tonight. My husband received one of those infamous emails. We need our health care. Oh, so your husband is a federal employee. Well, we're gonna pray that all that situation gets worked out and quickly. Um, James says, hearing from a survivor. Thank you. Thank you. And then says, sorry you lost your brother. Well, guys, that's my message tonight. And I didn't go over 30 minutes. But I need you to be intentional about taking care of you, taking care of what's going on with you. Because, hey, we need you. Each and every one of y'all, we need you. So, okay, FAA. Well, anybody else got anything else for me before I sign off? All right, well, I want to thank y'all for tuning in tonight. And, as we always say, one, I want you to stay strong, stay connected. Keep telling your story. Please keep telling your story. So, this has been another episode of Messages in the Madness. I am your host, Vernon Longhorn Davis. And as I always say, love yourself, take care of yourself, respect yourself, take care of them kids, respect our vets. Until next Sunday, God bless y'all. $2.